Welcome back to a brand new episode of Gen Z BTC. It's me, Satoshi Guapamoto. And today, as you can see, I've drawn here a chart of Bitcoin's price action, and we have what's known as a descending fan triangle pinch point, right? This is a high level technical analysis indicator. And once Bitcoin bounces off of that, boom, it explodes up violently, all right? As is obvious based on the lines that I drew on the chart. Now, what price are we looking at here? We're looking at 200 bands, bruh. You know what I'm saying? 200 big ones. That's absolutely crazy. You know, just wanted to come and give some high level technical analysis for you guys today. But in all seriousness, I wanted to actually talk about how Bitcoin really does charge in a way. We see these very small drawdowns during bull markets. Well, I call them small. Some people might be like, well, dude, 20% drawdown isn't really small, right? But we see drawdowns during a bull market because it's people who maybe bought 6 months ago, 9 months ago, who are happy with their gains because they're pretty good, you know, being up 60%, being up 90%. For a lot of people, especially if you have large sums of capital, that's pretty good for them, right? They're going to get taxed as soon as they sell it, of course, like short capital gains tax, short terms. That's 50% gone right there, by the way. But, you know, they don't really care about that. It is what it is. And they don't really know what they own, right? So they get lost in the sauce. They see it red a little bit. Some people panic sell. They bought it at 100K. It goes to 95. It's like, oh, it's never going back. It's dead. It's dead. Ah, and they sell. After a 5K dip. You know, there's people who are actually saying, oh, Bitcoin's dead. It's down to 98K. It's down to 95K. Like, and that's always going to happen. That's the thing. Like, I can't get too mad at them, but also you have to have some self-awareness. Like, think of how stupid you sound. Like, you are so stupid, bro. I've never seen anything quite like it. You know, and they're going to keep doing it. Oh, Bitcoin's dead, bro. It dropped from 200,000 all the way down to 150,000. Ah! It's comedy, you know. Bitcoin's dead, bro. It dropped all the way down from 1 million all the way down to 500,000. Ah, it's dead. Ah, you know. So we just need to be serious, be real with ourselves, right, and understand that this is the most scarce, most valuable, most desired asset in the world, and that's going to continue to be true because Bitcoin is really unchanging. You can change it, but because of the fact that the monetary rules are so set in stone. That's what gives it its value. So when we see these consolidation periods or the movement of Bitcoin from weak hands to diamond hands, then witness is a moment where there are no more ask and there's only bids. And when there's only bids, then the price rockets up. That's why we get these violent moves, right? Where Bitcoin can go up like 10% in a day or 30% in a week, you know? But for many months, it just won't move. It'll be completely flat. And that is the people with weaker hands who are satisfied with their baby gains, getting rid of their BTC for more fiat and then doing whatever they do with their fiat. And eventually, here's the thing about selling for fiat. Like if you're not doing like some major important purchase, trying to like upgrade your life in some way or building some sort of business or doing something like that. If you're just buying it to have dollars and then keep the dollars in your bank account and just hold them there, you're just going to buy Bitcoin again, you know, but most likely you're going to buy it at a way higher price. You know, oh, I'm going to sell my Bitcoin at 100,000. I'm going to wait until it goes back to 40,000. I'm going to buy back in. That way, it's almost like I made like a 60% gain just by buying it lower. But no, little bro, that's not going to happen for you. You know, like you're nowhere close to seeing Bitcoin go from 100,000. By the way, I know the 60% gain math was way wrong, but anyway, I know that you think that's going to go from 100,000 down to 40K, but you're not going to witness that. What you're going to witness is it go down from 100K to maybe 80, and then it's going to explode to 150. And then you're going to be really pissed off, you know, because it's like, oh man, well, I guess I should have hold it, but I'm just going to buy it now. And then I know it's going to keep going, right? And it's going to be fine. And then you buy it and then it starts dipping again. It goes from 150 down to 125. And you're like, oh my God, well, look, I'm just going to sell it and then I'll buy back in at 100,000. And then it goes all the way up to 200. So like, you don't want to play this game where you're trying to trade the most scarce, desirable, liquid, 24/7 global asset in the world. It's a mark of lesser intelligence. You shouldn't do that. All right. And also with Bitcoin, most of the best days happen just like 7, 8, 9, 10 days of the entire year. You know, so if you miss those days, you miss all the gains. All the gains in Bitcoin are made in like 10 days total. Okay. All the rest of the days are either negative or flat, but those 10 days, they're like 30% days, 20% days, 15% days. So if you miss those, if you were to compound them together, you're looking at hundreds of percentage points over the course of the year that you might have missed out because you were trying to trade in and out of the asset instead of just having patience. Okay. Instead of having diamond hands. At the end of the day, people are going to miss that boat. They've been missing it. They've already done this many, many times. Right. And it's just going to keep happening where people keep trying to trade this thing for dollars. But you don't want to trade your dollars, which are infinite, for Bitcoin, which is finite. All right. So it doesn't matter how much demand there is. They're not making any more. Okay. And then you have to look at certain things that are very nuanced, like the fact that Bitcoin miners, they're literally issuing equity. They're issuing debt, right? Instead of selling Bitcoin to pay the bills, they're issuing equity to pay the bills. They're offering convertible bonds to pay the bills. Miners refusing to sell Bitcoin is not priced in, so a lot of crazy things coming on the horizon, man. So it might make sense just to hold on for dear life rather than try to trade it for a couple pennies on the dollar and thinking that you might get a little lucky and make a little 5%, 4% arbitrage on a trade, Me personally, I wouldn't do that, but at the end of the day, people are going to do what they're going to do. Best of luck to you, I hope that your technical analysis lines are as good as this. They're probably not, by the way, so you're in big, big trouble, buddy. But hey, best of luck to you. This has been a episode of Gen Z BTC. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, like, comment, and subscribe. Share it with someone who might find it interesting or enjoyable or funny or whatever. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Stack sats or die trying.